Ghost in the Ambulance, a terrifying EMT encounter. The screen fades in, accompanied by low, unsettling music. A misty, empty street emerges, bathed in the ominous glow of red ambulance lights piercing through the fog. The wind carries faint, eerie whispers, the kind that could chill a skeptic to the bone. It was supposed to be just another routine shift. My first midnight run as an EMT. The streets were unusually quiet, too quiet. A stillness that felt more like the calm before a storm. The camera cuts to the inside of an ambulance. An EMT, actor, eyes shadowed and tense, grips the wheel. The headlights cast long, ghostly shadows on the deserted road ahead. Their partner fidgets in the passenger seat, adding to the palpable air of unease. A radio crackles to life, its static filling the void. The close-up captures the EMT's face, every muscle taut as the dispatcher's voice cuts through. Single car accident, Highway 42, no response from the driver. The EMT exchanges a brief look with their partner, the words unsaid but understood. The ambulance lurches forward as it tears down the road, the rising wail of the siren blending into the unsettling night. The call came in just after 2 a.m. A single vehicle, a stretch of highway renowned for its eerie history. It was meant to be routine, nothing unusual, or so I let myself believe. The ambulance slows to a halt on a desolate road, its headlights illuminating the twisted remains of a car. The shattered glass glimmers like broken stars in the damp night. The camera follows a faint trail, blood smeared on the asphalt, snaking its way into the dense, foreboding woods nearby. When we arrived, the scene was wrong. The car was empty. No driver, no passengers. Only a haunting reminder that someone had been there. A chilling trail leading off into the darkness. The EMT scans the wreckage with a flashlight, the crunch of glass echoing under their boots. The partner sticking close breaks the silence. No sign of anyone. Maybe they walked off, looking for help. The words hang in the air, unconvincing, as the camera lingers on the dark woods and the sound of unseen movement, rustling leaves, low groans of night wind. The words hang in the air, unconvincing, as the camera lingers on the dark woods and the sound of unseen movement, rustling leaves, low groans of night wind. The words hang in the air, unconvincing, as the camera lingers on the dark woods and the sound of unseen movement, rustling leaves, low groans of night wind. The EMT loads the untouched, empty stretcher back into the ambulance. The vehicle, once their refuge, now seems darker, the lighting dim and cold, casting unnatural shadows against the walls. We swept the surrounding area but found nothing. No footprints, no clues, just that ominous blood trail. We decided there was nothing more to do. That's when it happened. The heart monitor mounted inside the ambulance crackles and beeps to life. The camera zooms in tight on the screen, where steady vital signs inexplicably spike. The monitor sprang to life, showing someone or something was there, but the stretcher was empty. The EMT's flashlight shakes as the beam lands on a ghostly fog spiraling from the stretcher's corner. The oppressive silence is now broken by an indecipherable whisper, barely audible yet chilling enough to raise goosebumps. I strained to hear it, unsure if my mind was playing tricks. That's when it spoke. Help me. The EMT spins, the beam of the flashlight dancing wildly. It lands on a shadow, ethereal yet menacing, forming in the corner. The figure grows distinct over several cuts. Glowing red eyes pierce the darkness, and a blood-streaked smile glimmers horrifically. It wasn't human. At least, not anymore. Blood-red eyes, a sinister grin. And it moved, closer. Light and shadow flicker in a sickening rhythm as the figure advances. Quick cuts show the EMT stumbling backward, too paralyzed to scream while the partner struggles vainly with the doors. The air seemed heavier. I couldn't breathe, I couldn't think, and then it reached out. The EMT slams the back door shut with raw, adrenaline-fueled desperation. They tumble into the driver's seat, the siren wailing again as the ambulance races down the deserted road. I drove, not knowing where. It didn't matter, only the distance between us did, but no matter how fast I went, I still felt it, watching, waiting. The mirror flashes an impossible image. The shadow, calm and seated on the stretcher, its unblinking eyes locked onto the rearview mirror. The siren fades into ominous silence, amplifying the tension. The ambulance screeches to a halt at the hospital entrance. The EMT stumbles out, shaking, constantly glancing over their shoulder. When I reached the hospital, it was gone. The stretcher was empty, no lingering fog, but I knew what I saw. In the locker room, the EMT sits in silence, trembling hands gripping the edges of their uniform. The dim locker room light flickers as hushed whispers echo one last time. It was my first and last midnight shift. The camera slowly pans back to the ambulance parked in the dark, empty bay. A faint flicker of light betrays the shadowy figure with glowing red eyes, barely visible before dissolving into nothingness. A chilling account of an EMT's first midnight shift takes a terrifying turn when a routine call leads them to a haunted accident scene, revealing an eerie presence that blurs the line between reality and the supernatural. Not every passenger leaves the ambulance. Subscribe for more terrifying tales that haunt the night. If this story sent chills down your spine, like and share to spread the fear. #Ghost in the ambulance, #haunted shift, #horror stories, #stay scared.